All right, chat. It's time to go over it. I had you waiting long enough. Was that 14 minutes of waiting? I am so sorry. All right, so I have not watched this. Okay. Oh, crap. I forgot my stream deck isn't working still. I don't know what's going on with that. So I have not watched this, but I'm going to watch it with you. So our boy, Mitch Johnson, has some stuff to say. So that'd be nice. Popovich comes up and speak. I don't know. Does R.C. Buford speak? I know Brian Wright speaks. So this is going to be a long one, okay? So get ready. Oh, you know what? I thought it was 37 minutes. It's not 30. It's like 30 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay. Content with that. Can we start?
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Momentous day. The San Antonio Spurs have a very special culture. Simple, yet not always easy. Do the right thing, help others, be of service to something bigger than yourself.
By the way, okay, I know we're like 1 second in and I'm already talking. One thing that I am looking forward to when it comes to the Mitch Johnson hire is that the Spurs have said on many occasions, well, Popovich has said this when he was first like helping create the culture with RC. He said, hey, you just need the right type of guys, right? Just get some good guys that's knowledgeable about the game, but morally decent human beings. And I think that that's why they just went ahead and said Mitch Johnson is the guy, right? But I think also, I said this already, but also a big part of it has to do with Wemby, right? Wemby definitely wanted Mitch Johnson. There's no way around that. He wanted Mitch Johnson to be the coach. And if my star player wants that, I'm content with it, so.
Consistent work, make a positive impact. The way our culture thrives is having special leaders that live it consistently. Not that those leaders are perfect, but they put their best foot forward daily with intention.
He's talking about Primo. I'm just kidding. Or am I? My cat meowed.
Pop has embodied this culture and laid an impenetrable foundation. We're so grateful to have had him as our coach, our family's only coach, for 3 decades. And now, to have him continue to bring leadership and guidance into the future, very special.
He almost made it. He almost made it to 3 decades. Almost. He became coach in 96, right? So he almost made it there. Almost.
Most importantly, we're grateful for Pop's kindness, service mindset, and profound impact on so many.
Nothing in the first 10 minutes. So should I speed it up a little bit? We'll speed it up.
Another thing that is a very clear contributor to our culture is the belief of being rooted in our proud legacy, but not beholden to it. Today represents an exciting next chapter in our journey and our culture. Mitch Johnson lives our values and strives for.
That's a really, okay, guys, I'm sorry. This is going to be a long video, okay? If you don't want to hear me talk, you don't want to hear commentary and me reacting to the chat, then you need to just watch the video yourself. Okay, so one thing that he said, it is completely true. Like the fact that we have a legacy, but we're not beholden to it. I like that he said that because I think even in the course of those 3 decades of having Pop, he was constantly changing and evolving, with his coaching scheme, based on what the team has. I mean, you look at our championships. I mean, we don't have to look at like every single team that we've had, but just look at our championships. Look at 99 to 03, 05, 07, 14. I would say there's a drastic difference between, I mean, even the way the basketball was played, but between 99 to 03 and even a bigger one, I think even from 07 to 14. Like it's crazy the fact that we were able to keep that up for so long. And it's not just like championships, they come and then we suck for a while, we got to rebuild, and then it comes, then we suffer. No, we were like consistently great. And that's because we're always evolving. So yeah, so the Spurs have never been one that just stays in the past too much. And I think that that's been a narrative that we've heard quite a bit. That's bothered me a little bit.
For excellence. He possesses immense humility and an incredible will. We are thrilled to have him to lead us and to grow with us together. With the leadership team of Pop, RC, Brian, and Mitch, we're wildly excited about the
I be talking myself into the idea of Mitch Johnson. One of the worst aspects of his coaching was the lineups he made, which is one of the best ways to tank without doing it blatantly and getting fined. I'm not gonna like be a conspiracy theorist with that, Hugo. I think literally it's just him being a young coach. Like I would like to think it was just him making some mistakes and being a young coach, and he was really hooked on the idea of playing your vets and playing the guys that you know are a surefire thing and not rocking the boat too much. But now that he is actually a coach, he's not just keeping the chair warm for Pop. I think maybe he'll be a little bit more experimental because he's like, this is my team now, right? So you got to do something,
future. Thank you, and I'll hand it to Pop.
Oh, you said it was nothing. Oh, you just meant on the. Okay, I got you. All right. Come on, go Pop.
Thank you, Peter John.
Oh boy, yeah, you can tell. You can tell he had the stroke. His voice. Love you, Pop.
Guess you all know why you're here. Well, Mr. Harris never knows what he's doing, so everybody else knows what they're doing. But Don, he's lost all the time, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Thank you for being here. It's quite a day for many of us, but
Okay, you guys, I know you. No offense to Pop. I know you guys can't hear that. Hold on. Love you, Pop. Love you, Pop. Love you, Pop. Let me go back a little bit. You made a jokey joke. I need you to hear that.
It's quite a day for many of us, but there's a lot of thank yous after 25 or 30 years. Mitch Johnson, hi. Manu, Timmy. I can never express the gratitude that I have for so many people caring about our organization and sending me thoughts, prayers, that sort of thing since I had this stroke. Things are getting better by the day, but it's not good enough for what we plan ahead. And so it's time to make this change. I want to thank all of you in here, former players, coaches, friends, people from the ticket office, or people who put on a show during timeouts. We all have a part in this. It's not just the players and the coaches. Everybody has been dedicated to do their part to make a successful, thriving organization. And that starts at the top with the whole family. And we will continue to do our best to do this with class.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm trying my best not to cry. That's why I haven't said anything. I'm trying my best not to cry, y'all.
That's one of the reasons why Mitch Johnson will be taking over, because we have total faith in him to continue what's been started a long time ago. I want to thank all my rehab people, some of whom are here. Javi, are you here? Where are you at? Oh, Javier, Courtney, Melissa, you're back there. There's also Jessica, Rolando, and Christian, who couldn't be here because they have a real job. And of course, Curtis and Nick, who are also here for my rock workouts. And Timmy and Manu, of course, who have been here for all of my workouts here at the Rock. They say it's because they love me and they want to be there in case I fall, they're going to catch me and that sort of thing. I call it payback. As they give the rehab people new ideas of things to do to me. So you're not fooling anybody, especially you, Timmy. I want to thank the fans for being right next to us with every win and every loss over these many years. We feel a close bond with you, and we know that we have a big responsibility to you here in San Antonio, and we will never forget that. But thank you for the years of your support, and we won't let you down. We won't win every game, but we'll try to, and we'll do it with class, whether it's a win or a loss. One of the reasons that I'm doing this now is that you have to have someone in charge who's.
He didn't have to do this, man. Like, he didn't have to do this. Okay.
Really capable of giving their very best, because that's what this group deserves and demands. And we have that man here in San Antonio.
Yeah, we're good. We're set, bro.
Mitch has been in the G League for a few years, behind the bench a few years, on the bench a few years, and he took over this year, did a fantastic job. With circumstances that were very difficult, and we saw him in action, and he was brilliant. The players respect him. He'll hold them accountable, and I couldn't be more thrilled for him and his family and friends.
Even when his voice is gone, like he still projects, you know, like it's still pop. It still resonates, you know?
It's just a tribute to him. That all the players who were in town were able to come, and especially a special guest, DeJounte Murray, who Mitch has known since he was 9 years old, since DeJounte was 9 years old. He came all this way just to be here for this day, and Mitch and I both appreciate it very much. Obviously, people like David are part of the fabric of what's been established here from the moment he decided to stay in San Antonio. And under the leadership of R.C. Buford and a host of assistant GMs and coaches, former players, we've been fortunate enough to keep it going. And that's the goal, to make sure we keep it going. We've got scouts and people in the film room, people who empty baskets.
If you don't like pop, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't like pop, please just unsubscribe. Like, if you don't like pop, I need you to bounce, bro. Like, seriously. This man's amazing. All right. Outside of just basketball, obviously the basketball mind is there, but this is the most inspirational thing I've ever seen in my life. And if you don't like that, if you don't like pop, please leave, bro. Nobody wants you here. You're a weirdo. Please. This is awesome, man.
Clean windows, and we're grateful to all of them because everybody does a job. We've got some young players who are going to end up being really great players, some in Austin and many right here in San Antonio. And Mitch Johnson will be the guy that forges their futures. And I'll do everything I can to help him and help them. But I'll have a new job, and I want to make sure everybody understands what the new job is. I'm no longer a coach. I'm El Jefe. endorsed by Mike Monroe, and he says okay, so I'm doing it. Okay. Come on up, Mitch. Say a few words.
That's my GOAT, bro. That's our GOAT, bro.
I love this man. He's going to do a great job.
I had somebody in the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I'm like bawling. I keep forgetting my stream deck doesn't work right now. Y'all, I had somebody in the chat the other day, and they were like, "Are you afraid?" They might be in here right now. I can't remember who it was, but they were like, "Are you afraid that Pop is gonna take on Riley role out in Heat?" And I'm like, "No, Pop has always been like as dominant as he's been in his area of expertise, right? As militaristic as he comes across, throughout his career, Pop has been willing to take a back seat multiple times, and he also understands the importance of letting other people lead as well, right? Like, this is why the Spurs have been successful for so long. Like, even when we had George Hill, he would let him coach at times. He let Tony Parker coach at times. He let Manu Ginobili coach at times. Like, he will take a backseat. He will get himself ejected and allow Becky Hammond to coach, like, for no reason, too. It'll be the smallest thing, but he'll just, like, flip off a ref and say F you, like, 5 million times, and they're like, okay, get out of here. And he's like, cool. But, yeah, he's willing to let that go, so like this idea that he is the most, I think he's stubborn. I think that's true. I think he's stubborn, but the idea that he's selfish or he's all about himself, that's not true at all. At least I don't think anything that you've seen, you can make an inference based on that. The only thing I'll say about Pop is that he's stubborn. He's a fighter. He wants to win. That's all it is. But this right here, he genuinely means this. This isn't an act. This isn't, oh, well, Mitch Johnson got the job, but I'm really pulling the strings. All this nonsense that some people try to bring up just to kind of discredit Mitch Johnson and Brian Wright in a way. But it's none of that, man. It's none of that. So look, I'm being stubborn. He didn't even wait for his boys to help him. He just walked on off. Oh, we got the big boy chair. Okay, wait. We might have a better... Hold on. We might have a better... This might look better. Let's go to this one.
Simple, yet not always easy.
Oh, this one looks
Do
way
the right
better.
thing,
What the
help
heck?
others, be of service to something bigger than...
I should have told me. Yeah, look at this.
All the players
Oh, it
were
looks
in
so
town.
much better. All right. Jeez, I should have just clicked on that one. I didn't know they were going to show the whole thing. I thought this was just Mitch Johnson's part. But okay. I'm going to have such a hard time. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This happens all the time where I call Mitch Johnson Brian Wright and Brian Wright Mitch Johnson. I'm not saying they look exactly alike or anything, but like if I told you that they were cousins, you'll believe me. You'll believe me if I said they were cousins. Maybe not brothers, but you believe me if I said they were cousins, right? Where's Wemby? Wemby's in there. He was in the... we can take a look at some of the Twitter posts, but he was in there. Actually, you know what? I won't even wait. You mention it, I'll bring it up for you. Yeah, I'll show you everybody walking in. Give me a sec. Let me go to my Twitter page. All right, I know what's on here. All right, where are you? Here it is. See that? Everybody's there. There's Manu. That's Wemby. Where did Wemby get his clothes from? There's Castle. Harrison Barnes. And, where's DJ's back here? Is that Sean Elliott? I think that's Sean Elliott back there. Yeah. Yeah, so Wemby's there. I don't know where Tony is. People ask that a lot. Like, where's Tony? I don't know where Tony is. We know Tony's involved with the Spurs, but I don't know if he's here, There's Blake Wesley. Mamu. So, yeah. Oh, he's in France right now? Okay. Where's Fox at? I don't know. France?
I am honored by this opportunity and even more humbled by the people
That might be a little too loud. Give me a sec. All right.
that I'll be able to partner with and serve. And I'd just like to share a few acknowledgement and thank yous. First to the whole
Where's Kawhi? All right, y'all. Come on now. Dang.
family, Peter John, Lauren Kate, Corinna, and JB. To RC Buford, Brian Wright, for all you guys do and continue to grow our program and push this place forward and think innovatively. To the staff this past year, under such unique circumstances that supported me and made the job so much more enjoyable to be around when times were hard and not too overwhelming when things were tough. I think
One thing I'll say this too. I'll say this as well about. I almost did it, guys. I almost called him Brian Wright. About Mitch Johnson. One thing I'll say about Mitch Johnson is he completely earned the job, right? Like they wouldn't be. I mean, it wouldn't be wanted. They're going to do it, but they wouldn't consider it if they didn't think that he was being a great coach, right? Like there's so much more than we see than just on the court. That's why I don't go too crazy when people are like, why don't I see that fire, right? You're just waiting for Mitch Johnson to yell at a ref and like that makes you a good coach. No, yelling at refs don't make you a good coach, right? Like, yeah, you can set an example for your team, on certain occasions, but that's just raw emotion. And I don't want a coach to do that and it's not authentic, right? But it's authentic when it happens with him. He wasn't trying to be something that he's not, but it's a lot that we don't see on the screen. It's a lot behind the scenes. And, our players have said on many occasions that he's done a great job coming in and implementing the game plan that was there prior. So now seeing him get the full reins, I think we'll get to see the full range of him being a coach. And him being a new coach, it's going to be some growing pains, right? We're going to have to give him a couple years at least, right? 2-3 years, just kind of see what develops. But we're going to have a lot of talent. I still expect us to make the playoffs this upcoming season. It's going to be a lot of learning, but at the end of the day, they believe in him. Wemby believe him. Oh my goodness, where's Britton Forbes? Y'all just naming players now. Y'all trolling.
thank you for that.
Where's LaMarcus?
It required all of us to step up
Where's Matt
out of our
Bonner?
comfort zones and do a little bit more
Where's
than
Gary Neal?
was initially expected when we started training camp. I would like to say a special thank you to Brett Brown. He is a uncle, not by blood, but someone that I look up to very much and someone that I leaned upon. Thank you. For the rest of the staff, the people in this building, the organization, people at the Frost Bank Center, as Pop alluded to earlier,
Where's Derek
all
White?
that you do to make this place one of a kind and all the efforts that go behind the scenes, late nights, early mornings, when no one's watching. Thank you.
There you go.
To our former players,
Where's Dennis Rodman?
your continued presence make this place not an NBA team, but
Oh,
a
you guys,
program.
I beat you to it.
And you welcomed me with open arms almost 10 years ago. Thank you for that. To the fan base, with the unwavering support and the commitment to want us to win so bad.
G Money says Spurs needed a win now coach. Okay. All right. So first off, there is no such thing, I think, as a win now coach. Like you could say that they could have used a seasoned coach, to come in, but like there's no win now coach. I think Mitch Johnson is a good coach. We've only had issues with the lineups, and we haven't gotten to see a team where he takes the full reign, right? But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a win coach. There's no coach that you bring in. Look at Pop, for instance, right? Pop is the definition of a win now coach. last season we won 20 games, right? Like the players, the personnel that you have means more than anything in the world. We had the greatest coach on the planet, maybe in any sport that you've ever seen, right? And we've had many seasons where we were just mediocre, and then we had, a couple seasons that we were just bad, right? So like, I don't think there's a such thing as just a win now coach. I don't think you bring in a really great coach right now and then all of a sudden the Spurs are a championship team, right? I think you can possibly make somewhat of a win now team, which I don't think is a good idea. Just like go all in and just trade everybody, all your picks, and try to have a win now team. But when you're creating a dynasty, it's going to take time. Mitch Johnson has that time, but he's been with us since 2016. So hopefully a lot of the things that he learned under Pop will really help go into next season when we're more talented.
We appreciate that. Even when the frustrations and the competitiveness kicks in, even in your world. To this amazing city of San Antonio and the relationship that is built with this organization for over 50 years. We moved here 6 years ago as a family.
Wait, I thought he'd been with the Spurs since 2016. Am I tripping? Chat, how long has he been with the Spurs? I thought he's been like associated with us since 2016. I think he has. I think he came in with Bron, right?
I'd like to thank my wife,
He has a wife?
Jessica.
She forgot her name, bro.
Had lived nowhere in the world other than Seattle for 34 years. And we moved here, and San Antonio has become our home. And now we don't foresee us being able to live anywhere else. Thank you for conducting yourself with such grace and humility and being the backbone of our family with your unconditional love. Our world could not go on without you. To my 4 kids.
That sounds like a firm handshake. I don't like that. I don't like that. Say I love you. That sounds like I don't know. That sounds like a business proposition. I don't know what that was. Don't say the side chick's name. Mitch probably. I don't know.
Asia, Tatum, Johnny, and Jameson, you 4 did not choose this lifestyle. The many sacrifices and things that you have to experience and go through do not go unnoticed, and your unconditional support is thanked.
He has 4 kids?
To the current players,
I'm starting to realize we know nothing about Mitch Johnson. We'll learn more, though.
you are the part of this opportunity that is the most exciting. You guys have put yourselves in a place to continue to grow, to do something special. And I cannot wait to continue to grow with you, partner with you, challenge you, and try to get better every single day.
Is he gonna bring me up next? I've been a supporter. I've been trying to have his back the best I can. Some of those lineups been pretty bad, but hopefully he shot your boy out.
And my only guarantee is that I will give you everything I have to do that.
Okay. And lastly, I'd like to thank Clan the Spurs fan for always being there. Pop? Over me? Even Brian Wright, like, really? Pop over Clan? Maybe I'm after Pop.
Where do I begin? You've taught me so many things, led by example in so many ways. The players are always first. Attention to detail, maniacal competitiveness.
I like that.
Play harder and smarter for more of the 48 than your opponent. The best thing you've ever taught me, and you've shown me more than you've talked about it, you understand the moment. And how important every single moment is. And no moment is like any other. And the discipline that you have to be grounded and present and give yourself to every moment is what I will never forget. And in this moment, I just would like to say thank you.
And lastly, Clan the Spurs fan. Okay, hold on, it's coming. Yeah. Give Pop your yeah. But the real ones come. Yeah, he don't need notes for this. You don't need notes for this. Put those notes away.
Mitch, what
Okay. That hurt a little bit. I'm about to cry like I did during the Pop segment, but okay. All right. You're just going to move on? Okay. That hurt, bro.
what do you think
I should at least came after his wife than his kids. I don't know.
the most important thing, besides just the moment you got from Pop during this past year?
I think to have confidence, to be myself, and to do it my way. There's principles and values that are here and have been laid upon decades ago. So
One thing I'll say,
the blueprint has been around for a while, but to be able to do it in my own skin, in my way, to be authentic for the players most of all.
guys, you think him mentioning the blueprint like triggered DeJounte? DeJounte Murray said he left the blueprint. Who left the blueprint? Who left the blueprint on how to win? DJ said he left the blueprint. But yeah, so one thing that I have noticed about Mitch Johnson, he doesn't seem overwhelmed. The moment doesn't seem too big for him. Yeah, he's very like chill about the whole thing, and I think that's a good thing, right? And I think as time goes on, because the Spurs aren't going to just give up on a coach too easily. Like, let you guys know that right out the bat. All right. I don't think Wemby would do it. And I don't think the Spurs are going to do it. Like, Mitch Johnson could very well end up being the coach for a very long time. That is very possible, right? Obviously, we got to win. We got to be pretty consistent in that. But he could be the coach for the future. And I don't think Pop would have put him on his assistant coaching staff if he didn't believe in him. But as time goes on, I think that he'll loosen up a little bit, right? He'll be a little bit more himself, and he gets more and more comfortable. But as it stands right now, just now starting off the job, he seems very like tuned in, right? He seems locked in. I'll say that. He seems very locked in.
Is probably the biggest thing that I leaned on.
Mike Malone is free. I don't know why Spurs didn't take him. No joke. The Spurs won the. Okay, I'll give you a couple reasons. Okay, there's a couple reasons. Number one, I think they wanted to keep the continuity. Okay, so everything that's already been established as far as what direction they want to go in, Mitch Johnson was a part of that. So let's not just act like, he had no involvement whatsoever. Like he is a part of what the Spurs want to do going forward. If you're an assistant coach like that, you are part of it undoubtedly. Number two, he's young, right? Everybody said that the Spurs need a younger coach. The Spurs are totally content with it. They've seen him. They've been around him long enough. They see his work ethic, and they're like, hey, he's a young guy. It's fine. Number three, I think Wemby, this is probably the most important. Wemby wants him there. Like, I think that's super important that Wemby actually wants him there. So I think I think those are three pretty good reasons for the Spurs to go ahead and just roll with Mitch Johnson, right? Mixing it up too much might not be the best idea, especially if your star player has vouched for him, So continuity of losing. Dude, we haven't really had a team. As talented as Wemby, and no disrespect, okay, as talented as Wemby is, you guys know I love Sohan, I love Castle, I love these guys, right? We don't have much talent yet, right? You don't have much talent. So I think that's very unfair to be like continuity of losing. Like, we haven't had talent. I mean, how many Wemby didn't even get to the 65 game mark. Fox came mid-season. Like we haven't really had that much talent. I think that's totally fine. You got to be a little patient. He'll be fine. He's had some really good moments as well, you know.
Brian Pop talked about the belief this organization has had in Mitch starting almost 10 years ago. What was...
Oh, Chris, he said casuals have the continuity of ignorance. Well, G Money, he's actually a Kings fan. We're trying to... Okay, I hear you, Clint. Yeah. G Money, he's a Kings fan. He's trying to transition. We're going to transition him over to being a Spurs fan. So be kind to him. He literally would be a casual, right? He's not a Spurs fan. So
was it about him that made you and everyone around you feel so sure that he's the guy to do this?
Well, I think you just heard a lot of it. These positions are hard. And, in the seat that I sit in, you want a leader that's authentic and genuine to themselves. You want to teach.
You need your coach when you want rebuild, so it's now. What the F are you saying, bro? What are you talking about? Are you responding to something I said 20 minutes ago? What? Are you responding to something from 20 minutes ago? Yeah. Maybe Brian Wright is the guy? I don't know. I actually don't know what you're saying. Like I said before, Popovich is a win-now coach. He would be the definition of a win-now coach. But although he was a win-now coach, we still didn't win over the last few years. That's not Pop's fault. It's just the talent that we have. So now you're going through a rebuild. You got Brian Wright. So now you need to go ahead and keep building. So I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, some of us behind Clan. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I respond to you for Malone. Look, guys, I just gave you a reason why they went with Mitch Johnson. If Wemby wanting this coach isn't good enough, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you roll with that. You know what I mean? There's no way Wemby... I know for a fact. I'm just going to say it. I'll just be honest with you. I know for a fact Wemby did want Mitch Johnson. So,
Teacher that can help bring a group forward, and you want a partner. And we started the exact same summer. So I've seen his growth. He's seen my growth. We've been a part of each other's growths. And it was an easy decision, and felt super confident in the human being that he is and his ability.
People's initial reaction was to crap on Brian Wright, right? And I've been saying for years how good of a GM that he is. And people's reaction has been crap. It didn't take until this crazy deal with Fox for people to say, hey, maybe he's a good head coach. Even though everybody outside of San Antonio has said he's one of the top GMs, even though every move that he's made has been perfect for a rebuild. Like, it took all this time for us to go ahead and give him some love, right? And you could see it early. All I'm saying is give Mitch Johnson a second. Give him a second, right? Let him have one season starting off where it's his team, his vision, doing what he needs to do. Him being an interim head coach isn't enough for me to just dogpile on he's not the guy, right? I was with you guys as well, where I was like, oh, Mike Malone's available. Taylor Jenkins is available. Like, I thought that those would be really great options. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. But Mitch Johnson, he hasn't had the team. And if the Spurs want him, and most importantly, our star player is happy, that's all we should care about. It doesn't matter. We'll be fine, okay? If he's a good head, he doesn't have to be a Hall of Fame head coach, right? But to have a dynasty, you have to at least be a good coach to great coach. And I think he's a good coach, right? And we'll just wait and see. You know, I'm not jumping on here and saying, oh, he's the greatest thing to ever walk this earth. I don't know. Okay? So just be calm. Be patient. All right. We wanted Taylor Jenkins, but guess what? Taylor Jenkins didn't do anything either, right? With the Memphis Grizzlies. We want Mike Malone. How many rings did Mike Malone got? One? Hey Alexa, how many championships does Mike Malone have?
Mike Malone never won a major tournament in his career.
Wait, that's not the right. I don't think they know what I'm talking. Hey, Alexa, how many championships does the coach Mike Malone in the NBA have?
From sportspedia.com.
One?
Mike Malone won his first and the only NBA
Yeah, I thought it was one.
championship in the
Just the one?
2023 season as head coach of the
Okay.
Denver Nuggets team.
Okay, guys, he got one championship. Coach Bud has one. Mitch has 0. Mitch has been here. Mitch hasn't even coached a team. Okay, you guys are trolling. You're trolling. I'm not listening to you anymore. Let's go. That is ridiculous. What a ridiculous statement. In his 1 year as interim head coach, he didn't bring me a championship. Can we just I should ban all of you. All of you should be banned. Real talk.
To do those three things: lead, teach, and be an amazing partner.
Hey, Mitch, congratulations, first of all. Is everything you learned about yourself or the job itself in this past year that you think probably prepares you for what lies ahead?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of experiences along the way. You know, all the experiences will hopefully be able to be something to have a takeaway from, to grow from, positive or negative. I think being able to be in front of these guys and partner with them and challenge them and lead them is going to be the biggest thing, because I feel like we have a hold on the direction that we're heading into and we want to build upon something. This is not a restart. This is not a reboot. This is not it's a new chapter because it looks different. But
See, getting another coach could have seen that as, okay, this is a reboot, right? Or catching them up to speed, on their vision.
The theme of the book isn't changing.
Mitch, just again, to see this overwhelming support that you have from everyone in the organization, how much does that give you confidence going?
Something else to keep in mind too, there's a lot of different leadership that the Spurs have, right? The one thing that's great about Pop is how prepared he's made everybody for taking on those leadership roles and, wanting to be around the organization and wanting to help and wanting to, we do have a lot of leadership that's in and out of those facilities, that's constantly talking with the team. We have a lot of leadership. You have David, you have Timmy, you have Manu, you have Tony, right? You got a lot of guys to give their input and help. So Mitch Johnson has a lot of support as well. So as he grows as a coach, I'm sure he'll be growing with Wemby, right? He'll be growing with the team. But yeah, we're in a rebuild. I don't. Thank you so much. What a brilliant take. Thank you so much for letting us all know that we're in a rebuild. What a beauty. You are so smart.
Going forward, that that support will sustain you through it. You've been through some rough times already, but for what lies ahead.
Immensely. I do think you guys asked a lot this year, and when I did say the support that I was feeling throughout the organization, the building, top to bottom, everywhere, it was authentic, and it does go a long way for someone's confidence, because there are times of questioning, concern, is this the right thing? And it takes a village in a lot of different ways.
Clan, one thing Mitch said he picks up was reading people. He said he could understand people, and that's what we need from Mitch to keep that up. Oh yeah, for sure. Mitch did not say the team isn't in a... That's not what he said. He said the team isn't in a rebuild, which is crazy. He did not say that. That is not what he said. And if that's a misspoke or misread from your part, he did not say that. He did not say that. He said they're not in a reboot. That's all he said, that we're not rebooting. Like basically what he's saying is the ideology as far as where the team's direction is and what they want to build upon isn't changing because he's coach. He's going to continue to implement what the vision is. They understand. They're all on the same page. That's all he's saying. Jeez, man. Just picking whatever. Just be a fan of some. Be a fan of the next team Mike Malone coaches. Okay, he's not our coach. It's over. He's not our coach. He's not going to be our coach. This is our coach. This is our team. Either cheer or go cheer for Mike Malone. I don't know, dude.
Mitch, congratulations. Can you speak to that balance of being you
and doing this.
Look at what's in
your
front of
way
you.
to a certain extent, but at the same time, now integrating yourself in a culture that's.
I'll root for Mitch, just skeptical. Okay, that's fair. You can be skeptical, but at least look at the good side of it as well. Like, look at the side that's saying, hey, there might be some reasons for it. And I'm sorry, the Spurs aren't going to hire a coach that Wemby doesn't want. Okay? That's just not going to happen.
For, God knows how many years now.
Yeah, I've been doing it, I think, just like every other staff member and employee here for the last 9 years myself. I don't think that standard or that approach changes regardless of title. Obviously, the responsibilities of that title change, but starting to work in this organization can be difficult at times because you want to find your way, but you also want to be told what to do just because they've done so many things right. And a lot of times, sometimes you don't get the direction because you need to just feel it and be in it and learn it. And I think every step of the way in every different title or role that I've experienced, that's been a part of it while also being true to yourself. Because as long as you're true to yourself, even as you have some tough times.
There's a little bit of a spark of him answering this question. His excitement's kind of bleeding through a little bit.
Mistakes, the genuinity and authenticity comes out, and because you are blessed to be working with so many great people, you kind of find a way to problem solve and figure things out.
Congrats, Mitch.
Thank you.
The Spurs were able to identify.
We also have a great organization that's not going to put. I mean, obviously there's pressure, right? Like, you're making so much money. We're an NBA team. Like, there's going to be pressure no matter what position you take on the team, whether you're a player, coach, front office, right? There's a little bit of pressure. But some teams, it's a little insane, right? Like, where the front office is going to try to force like certain lineups in there. Like, oh, we need this. We need you to do this. And our organization never really came across like that. Like, it came across like we're all on the same page, but we understand that we put you in this position. We're going to trust you in that position until you give us a reason not to, right? So I think that that's really cool. The amount of patience that our franchise has as well is going to help. But yeah, we just need the talent, bro. We need the talent.
Some of those innate qualities that you had to be able to accelerate your career and come to this position today. Where did those come from? When did you know that you had something special? Who was most important for planting those seeds for who you are and your leadership quality?
Since when did this organization allow 20-year-olds to make front office moves? I am so confused. What are we talking about? What? Hey, guys, how old is Pop?
Etc.
Yeah, I've been blessed to work with and play for many great coaches. I was blessed to have a very strong...
76? Okay, he's 76. So that means when he became head coach, he was like... Okay, I'm not great at math. He was... I'm trying to see how much older. Because how old is Mitch Johnson? 38? Isn't Mitch Johnson 38? Am I tripping? Okay. So he was like 7 years? 8 years older. Did he start when he was 45, 40, or 47? 47? Okay. Yeah. 38 is still young compared to 40, 46, 47. But not that far off.
Source of parental guidance. My mother, my father, my stepfather were very strong. I realized on a basketball court early as a player the power and the value of making someone else better. And when you have that trait amongst a team in any walk of life or a line of profession, if people really commit to and hold value to making others better and being the best you can be, I think that's something that's contagious and can lead to a really strong group.
Mitch, obviously it was a difficult season in a lot of ways, but after the season ended, to hear some of the players come out and support you in the job you did. What did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. It meant a
I'm telling you guys, Wemby wanted Mitch.
lot. Obviously, it's always nice to hear good things, even if it's not something that you're seeking. I also think it's a reflection, again, of the organization from the top to bottom. I think those words were not necessarily meant for me individually, but it was how this building, this organization, this place operated in this air quote difficult season for whatever reasons those were. And I think the alignment that we have and the belief that we have in each other in all these different departments of the organization allow us to work through those things.
Mitch, getting back to the notion of
What? See, you're back to narrativizing. Wemby is content with Mitch because Mitch doesn't push him. That is so stupid. Wemby literally wanted to go to the San Antonio Spurs. He didn't know Pop was going to have a stroke. He knew he would be coached hard. Why would you make the assumption that he wants a coach to not coach him hard? What are you talking about? What are we talking about, man? Some of you guys are really letting me down. Most of you aren't, but some of you really let me down, man. You're better than this, okay? Get it together.
the organization as a
So
whole. I'm not sure
silly.
there's any other organization where you've got generations of players coming back to attend press conferences.
I will,
you
bro.
know,
I'll
for
ignore
a new
it.
coach. But for you personally, what do you get out of talking to the players who have played before you even joined the organization? What do you get from talking to those guys about what this place and what this team really means?
Players that's played before you even got here? You mean like Timmy?
Yeah, I mean, they have the best insight there is. They've been through it. They know this place. They know this city. There is, in my opinion, nowhere as connected like it in professional sports when you talk about the city, the community, the organization, and those former players. And for them to be a resource for our current players, myself, or anybody else, it's invaluable. They understand the fabric of what we're about, and they've lived it, and they set the foundation.
Hey, Mitch. That image to me of Tim and Manu and Papa, where it's just so powerful and so loving, and you can just tell what type of family this is in the Spurs. When you look over there and you see those three, what does that mean?
I think exactly what you said. It means family, it means the love and support and togetherness, and it's throughout the whole building. Those guys are obviously the most highest profile people that people recognize for a reason, but I think you could have that same image and feeling amongst everybody that's here.
Hey Mitch, congratulations. What do you learn from the El Jefe that you plan to carry into your leadership?
How important people and relationships are. He understands people and relationships and the significance.
Wemby is intelligent. He knows championship is an organizational feat. That includes respecting the coaching. He's not the GM. Yeah, Wemby, also Wemby and Franz, right? He had to do a lot, like way too much than he probably needed to be doing. So he understands what it takes, to have a good organization. So he sees the Spurs and he's like, oh yeah, this is ran pretty nice. Like, I know that he's super young, but he's I know this is going to sound pretty, like, I don't know, typical, but like, he is older for his age. I mean, undoubtedly, right? Every now and then Wemby says something, I'm like, I don't know, that feels like a young take. But most of the time, yeah, he's like far ahead of his years, right? I think it's just the experiences he had, probably parents, just very smart guy. Yeah. Open to influence.
At every moment and every touch point with every person. And I can't be him or El Jefe, but
you can be Mitch, man. Just be Mitch.
To be able to commit and invest in people and relationships, and that can be having to yell and hold someone accountable, and that can be to put your arm around someone's shoulder and love them. And he did it better than anybody I think that's ever walked the sidelines, and I will attempt to do it my way in whatever that looks like moving forward.
Yeah, it takes time. It's going to take time. I like that answer, though. Don't be Pop. You don't have to be Pop. You just be Mitch Johnson, okay? Popovich, as much as I love Pop, he's not the only coach in NBA history that's led dynasties, right? There's other coaches that's done it as well. So you just got to be true to yourself. Be authentic.
Coach, you talked about being honored with this opportunity. Does it surprise you any how soon this happened? And what does it mean when a man like Coach Popovich says, you're the guy to do this?
That's another thing. I didn't even talk about that. Yeah, I mean, Pop would have signed off on it as well, right? Pop, Wemby. You gotta trust these guys to some extent. You know, you have to trust these guys to some extent. And Mitch Johnson did, even as an interim head coach, he might have found out late, like at the end of the season. I don't know. But as it went on, he definitely looked more and more comfortable, and made some pretty good moves down the stretch. Somebody earlier that said, "Do I think like he tried to tank?" I don't think that. I think he literally just made young coach mistakes and just trusting a subset of guys religiously and not going off of that, and then just trying to make sure the boat was above water until Pop got back. I think that's what it really was.
Surprise is a tricky word because I don't know how you ever are expecting to be named a head coach or when it really...
Gregory says, RC a low-key genius behind the scenes. RC is a genius. Brian Wright is a genius. Yeah, these are very smart people. One thing about RC, though, one thing that I really admire him about is I feel like his drafting got a little wonky like near the end, and I think he transitioned at the perfect time. Like, allowing Brian Wright to transition to that role was the perfect timing, in my opinion. Because I think maybe he even could tell he started having a little bit of a bias towards some of the guys he got. So a lot of guys can't be in that role forever, but I do appreciate him taking a step back, because last person he drafted was freaking Luka Samanic. That was the last person he chose. Brian Wright was the one who wanted Keldon Johnson. So
sinks in. That's a question I get a lot. I don't know how to answer it. It's something that is constantly sometimes hitting my emotions differently. I think last year, Pop and I stayed very connected, and he supported me and gave me confidence plenty of times throughout the season in different ways, when things were going well and when things were not going well. And again, even in those moments, as he was nurturing and supporting me, was also a learning lesson for me moving forward of what I can do for others.
Yeah, RC drafting do be questionable sometimes. I feel like RC could get away with a lot because the initial great drafts, right? Like he brought some people in where it's like, I don't know, you can kind of get away with it a little bit, because we already had such a great established team. You can just kind of get away with it. Brian Wright came into a time where we're transitioning to a rebuild, so he's really under the microscope. But I think he's done a pretty fine job. Other than the Primo one, which we didn't know was going to end the way it ended, I thought he's been pretty solid. So, not even pretty solid, I would say actually exceptionally solid, right? All the moves that he made to facilitate the rebuild, which gave us Wemby and then gave us Steph Castle. You got 2 Rookie of the Years in a row. Like, the Fox signing, like he's been phenomenal. This is a genius. This is a very smart person. Let's not take anything away from Brian Wright. I know that we got the OGs, the legends, right? But these are their own people. These aren't just like puppets, Our organization isn't ran like that. A very smart person.
Looking at the off season, do you have things that you're going to advocate to target to enhance this roster and make it what you want for this upcoming season?
Is that his role?
I think.
Did I say right again? Oh yeah, no, I meant right.
The thing that I will be focusing on the most in this offseason will be this current group of guys and the current players in our roster right now, and get them as much better as we can in that time allowed. And then obviously Brian and the rest of the group will do the due diligence they do, and we will partner and discuss things and be on the same page and aligned as we always are. But I think my sweat equity and time will be devoted to these current guys right here and continue to get them as improved as we can.
You said that's a good answer? Yeah, I mean, that's the only answer, really. Like, he's not involved in that like that, you know.
Thank you, Mitch. Congratulations.
Is that it? Anybody else? Oh, we get to see some walking away. Oh, there's no... Okay. All right. We got through it, y'all. What was that? An hour? An hour segment that we went through? You love to see it, man. Brian Wright is one of RC Buford's best picks. That's right. When they both appear at the same time, you won't be afraid to call them by the wrong names. Yeah. No, I didn't see what you said. Evan was posted. Oh, is that his kids? Oh, look, wait, look, that's his wife. His wife is so pretty. She looks like she looks like an actress. I can't. Who does his wife look like? It's blanking on me. Yeah, that's his fam. I'd never seen his family. His kid swagged out. Oh my god. He got the chain. Oh my god. Wait, I thought you said he had 4 kids. That was 3. Did he lie to us? I don't trust this coach no more. He said he had 4 kids. At least I counted 4. Oh man, you love to see it. She remind me of the chick from That 70s Show. Which one? Oh, Mila Kunis? A little bit, yeah. I mean, that is who I'm thinking of. Mila Kunis, right? Meg from Family Guy, right? Her? A little bit. Hold on. My thing messed up. His wife does look like that a little bit. Huh. Good call, man. I was thinking of the redhead. Oh, you're way off, dude. No, don't. She doesn't look anything like. No. Yeah, yeah, no. I don't. Yeah, no. Yeah, never mind. Sofia Vergara. No. No. She doesn't look anything like this, guys. What are we talking about? No. And also, Sofia Vergara sucks. Her acting sucks. She's horrible. I don't know if she's worse than Gal Gadot, though. They're both pretty bad. All right, ending segment. That was nice.